Hi guys, I'm Mike and welcome to Translating Love. Today I'd like to talk about something that's not so pleasant. I'd like to talk about sin and the need for repentance. Here's the thing. When I talk about sin, what am I talking about? Sin can be defined like this: falling short of God's mark. You see, all of us struggle with sin in some capacity. All of us struggle with falling short of God's mark from time to time, whether it's in a big area or whether it's in a small little area, but it's an area that keeps recurring in our lives. For example, like anger or lust or any number of different things. King David in the Bible, he actually understood this concept of sin really well. You see, one day he was out on his roof and he ended up seeing a beautiful woman and ended up having an immoral affair with her. And she was a married woman. Well, then he turned around and while trying to cover that up, ends up setting up and designing the murder of this man. That's a pretty big sin. So how did David come back from that? Well, you see, David came back from that because he understood repentance. And that's what I'd like to look at today. In Psalm 51, David actually writes this in regards to that situation. He says this, he says, "You're the one I've violated, and you've seen it all, seen the full extent of my evil. You have all the facts before you. Whatever you decide about me is fair. I've been out of step with you for a long time, in the wrong since before I was born. Enter me then, conceive a new and true life in me." Guys, we're all going to stumble and struggle with sin from time to time. But when we do, we, like David, can call out to God. We can completely be honest with Him about what it is we're going through, and we can crave Him to come into our lives and to create a new life within us, which will allow us to live in victory. Too many times we think, oh, I've sinned, I need to say I'm sorry to God, and then I need to turn and I need to walk the other direction. No. What we need is we need God to come into us and create a new heart, a new spirit within us, so that we no longer even desire to do those things that we were falling into before. This is so essential for us in this day and age if we're going to live lives of power that will actually show the work of God in our lives. I hope this helps you today. I hope it offers you a little perspective shift and shows you that repentance is one part admitting what you did wrong, but the second part of that is that allowing God to come into you and craving God to come into you and create something new. May you be blessed. Thank you for joining.